The letter Lamed is the tallest of all of the letters. It is the only letter that, as it were, goes above the line. And thus, the sages coined the expression that the Lamed was like a tower soaring in the air. The letter Lamed has to do with aspiration of the heart. The word heart begins with a Lamed. And the Lamed has to do with what the heart longs for. The heart longs to rise up, especially the spiritual heart, to rise up and elevate oneself and connect to the higher worlds and to connect to God. An expression of the aspiration of the heart of the Lamed is the word for prayer in Hebrew is tefillah, which has a Lamed in it. Tefillah, prayer, is in a sense, one of the most ultimate expressions of the heart to draw close to God, to aspire to go higher, to go deeper. And one of the most joyous of prayers is called Hallel. Hallel is a special series of praises of God that we only sing on holidays. And the word Hallel has two Lameds in it. And that's because Hallel is this incredible, joyful expression of our gratitude and love of God. The letter Lamed means to learn and to teach. From this, we learn a profound idea that the greatest way to learn is to teach. Anyone who is a teacher knows this, and many, many people become teachers from their innate love of learning. There is learning on many, many different levels. On the level of worlds, we can understand from what the Rambam says, Maimonides, that to know about God, to understand how God manifests in the world, look at the world. Look at the physical world around us, and we will see God's fingerprints everywhere, as it were. On the level of souls, there is a learning about the soul. What animates the soul? What are the powers of the soul? How does the soul express itself? How does the soul refine itself? And then there's learning on the level of divinity, where we learn about God's ways in the world and how to connect to God through prayer, meditation, Torah, and doing the mitzvot. Before Shabbos, there's a section that many, many people read called Petach de Eliyahu. And in it, the 10 sfirot are given, as it were, names in which to relate to them. The sphere of Bina, understanding, which is very close to the idea of learning, is called Bina Liba, the understanding heart. Now, at first glance, this sounds a little bit paradoxical, because usually we think of the mind as being very intellectual and the heart as being very emotional and feeling. And yet, in Torah, these two must come together. Bina Liba, the understanding heart. It is explained in Chassidut that the greatest distance in the world is between the head and the heart. That even though we strive and aspire for an understanding heart, we should know that many, many times our intellect pulls us one way and our feelings pull us another way. Our goal is to put these together. And this would be a very appropriate meditation, is to look deeply inside ourselves and make that attempt, make that meditation, and we can bring the heart and the mind together to work together in order to understand the world in which we live, the soul as it goes through its journey in life, and ultimately to understand and know God.